let's talk about a very, very strange reproductive strategy of some salamanders. So just hear me out about this. So this is the blue-spotted salamander. It's just like a regular salamander. Salamanders tend to be a little bit strange in general, but in terms of salamanders, he's pretty chill. Just a regular salamander. There's also a closely related species to them, the Jefferson salamander. Again, a relatively normal-looking salamander, just like a little guy. So, the interesting part is that these guys tend to live in very similar geographic areas as well as very similar habitats. So, occasionally interbreeding happens between the two species, and that's when the weird stuff starts. So, normally hybrids between species, they either just aren't viable, so they don't survive, or they're infertile. So, like, for example, when a horse and a donkey interbreeds, then the mule resulting is sterile. It's infertile. It can't reproduce. That tends to happen in a large amount of hybrid species. But when the blue spot salamander and the Jefferson salamander interbreed, they make two different species. So it's weird. This is one of the species produced, the Tremblay salamander. The other one is called the silvery salamander. So they are a hybrid of the blue ring and the Jefferson salamander. Fine, whatever. It's a weirdly produced hybrid breed of salamander. But so in both species, the silvery and the Tremblay salamander, they're what is known as unisex, meaning there's only females produced. The entire species is just female. And instead of being diploid, so meaning two regular sets of chromosomes, like most animal species, or at least like vertebrate species, the hybrids are triploid, meaning they have 3 sets of chromosomes. Or, I mean, like, an additional chromosome, whatever. This makes them all female. And normally, that would just be the end of it, because can't reproduce with only one sex. However, that is obviously not the case, because we still have these 2 species around. And so the mostly confirmed hypothesis of this is that when it is time to mate, the Tremblay and the silvery salamanders go seek out males from the original species, so either the Jefferson or the blue spotted salamanders, in order to mate with. However, the gametes provided by the males of the species don't actually contribute to the genetics of the eggs. They're only there in order to fertilize the eggs and start the development of the new batch of salamanders. Their genetics are not used at all, and I don't entirely understand how this works, but it is only the female genetics that are contributing to the new babies. So, yeah, there's just some really funky amphibian genetic shit going on with these salamanders that I think is neat and also just really weird.